it going, guys? It's Aka here again, and today we're gonna be chit-chatting about if to study fine arts or not. Is it truly worth it? You know, that I have been kind of in both kind of worlds. And I feel like I have met both artists, you know, the artists that are inside fine arts and the other type of artists. So yeah, let's dig in. So I made a whole list of all these pros and cons of studying fine arts and my personal experience and my personal journey. So this is mostly for people that want to do fine arts or don't know if to do it. So the first pro is access to formal training and techniques. This is quite big. I feel like for me personally in my career, I was like, you know, we were doing like working with wood, with metal. You know, we were working with stuff that I think I would have never put my hands in, you know, because maybe I didn't have the space or the studio or the money to pay a massive studio and a master class to take all these different techniques. So I feel like for me personally, just getting to know materials, techniques, all these different mediums, it was just like a beautiful thing, because now maybe I don't work with wood all the time, but now, you know, out of the blue, I'm making a piece with wood and I know exactly how to do it. I know exactly how to cut it. I know exactly how the machines work. I know exactly, you know what I mean? So also with metal, you know, and with, of course, different techniques and stuff, but also I was thinking also like with digital stuff. I mean, of course, there's a lot of digital stuff out there and just like a lot of, you know, memberships and courses and stuff, but I truly feel like physical, being there and working, you know, putting your hands on the stuff, it was just like such an amazing journey, you know? Number 2, the exposure to art and art history. Me personally, I don't like history, you know? It's all in the past. Yes, it is important, you know? It is important, but you know, let's live in the future, girl. Like, boy, you know, like, let's just keep going in life. Like, history, it's a pain in the ass. Like, it's a pain, you know, it's a pain. But I don't know, I truly feel like that helped me understand where that was coming from. I mean, of course, I'm being like such a hater on like art history, but it is important, you know, it is who we are today and as an artist, and it's really beautiful also to see the evolution. But you know, like, yeah, let's talk about the future, you know? Yeah, I truly feel like if I wasn't in art class, history class, I wouldn't have never like watched a video of history class or take like a class outside my university to take history, you know, like I would go to take a class of ceramics instead of like a class of history, you know, of course. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of information out there now with like social media and YouTube and everything. So I feel like, yeah, like art history helped me in some way. So the number 3 is structure and feedback from professional critiques. So this was a big one. You know, I remember in university that I didn't like when people criticized or gave me feedback on my work, because I thought it was amazing, and then the professor would come and like be like, oh, this is wrong, you know, change this or whatever, or maybe this is better, you know. Or yeah, just like being open to receive like more valuable like critiques. I think that is such a like cool thing, and just like remembering as an artist always to be open for new ideas, for opinions, you know. And I feel like you have to be really confident of who you are as a person, because people are always gonna talk. So you just have to be really confident on your work, on whatever you're doing. So yeah, and these professional critiques, it was just like really beautiful. Like, it was amazing to see professors that have been in the industry for a while just like critique your work and, you know, give you advice on where to go. And I truly felt like I was like people were guiding me on my path as a professional artist. So yeah, feedback, so important. And you know, this other world, because when you're in university and in high school, you don't even know what galleries go for, or you don't even know this whole world of art. So I think it's truly important to get to know it, and you know, from a different angle. So number 4, the networking and opportunities with other professional artists. This is a big one. Networking is massive for your art. Like you cannot be a rat studio all the time. Like you need to get out there, you know, like you need to talk to people, you need to be out there, you need to go to art exhibitions. You know, of course, there's seasons throughout the year that there's nothing, you know, like no art exhibitions or nothing at all, but at least you can get together with your creative friends and, you know, or with your professors and stuff. For example, I'm still in contact with my professors of my university, and it's crazy because I was so, coming back from Barcelona, I was so lost. Not lost, but I was like, I wanted to do so many things and I didn't even know where to start, you know? So I wanted to work with the sunlight pieces, but I also wanted to do a lot of painting, and I wanted to do so many digital stuff, you know, work in my online store and all these things, and I was just like, like all over the place, you know, because as an artist, you have to do everything, you know? And I remember talking to him because I felt like I needed someone to guide me, or just like a tiny voice telling me like, you're going the right way. Yeah, because I felt like a little bit lost, like, okay, I'm doing all these things, but for an exhibition or for a art fair, or like, you know, what's the next art fair in my city, you know, like. So I remember texting my professor and I was like, hey, like, can we talk? And I bumped into him in the coffee shop, and like have someone that truly knows your work and as an artist, like knows you, and then just like guiding you and like adding into this, like this whole networking thing. I feel like the people that I met in university, that they were not even from art school, like I keep bumping into them, you know, because we move in the same circles of like this artistic lifestyle, I guess. And it's really beautiful to see like different projects coming up because of that. Or people would remember you from university and be like, hey, like this girl did murals, like, oh, like I'll just send her a project, or, you know, like a lot of networking like that. I think it's truly important. Like my friends from university, a lot of them, they were not from here, they were not from Monterrey, but just like stay in contact, or like with professors, you know. Hey, professors are gonna be your colleagues. And the last one is access to facilities. This is a big one. Accessing to like massive workshops. Oh, some universities even have like glass blowing, or like, you know, these workshops that cost so much money to pay for a workshop like that, you know. I mean, of course, university is not cheap. I would consider, like, you know, you have to pay, you know, quite some money. But it was so worth it to get to know all these machines and workshops, and really get to know like really good workshops. So yeah, of more like physical stuff, you know, like ceramics, wood, metal, polymers, or like, yeah, like all these machines that it might take you a while to get to know on your own, I guess. It's not the same to watch a YouTube tutorial on something than to really take the class and do it physically there, and to be with an expert. And or if I don't know how to work with certain materials, I would ask them, like literally like text them and be like, hey, do you remember this, or do you know someone that can like have this workshop, or that can help me do this, you know. So it's quite interesting. So the negative side of studying, I guess, in a university, it's expensive to get into a fine arts university. Another con is time commitment. You're gonna be 4 years in one place, and yeah, just like in one university, one place, unless you go like abroad and stuff and try different things out. But yeah, just like staying in one place, and I don't know, I truly like it, like the whole university vibe, like having roomies. And me personally, my university was 10 minutes away from my house, so I just lived back home. But yeah, there's a lot of people that live that experience, and I lived it for a little bit here and there, but I think it's truly important to also get out of your house and just like live, you know, like the university kind of lifestyle, you know. Also, if you're like training for sports and stuff, like all that community, I think it's like quite beautiful. The other thing, you could feel a little bit restrictive in university if you're in arts, of just producing what the professors want you to produce, but they're just doing it because there has to be like certain like lines, kind of like where to go. If like, of course they're gonna teach you everything, and then at the end of the university you just take what you want. So I feel like this is like a yes or no, but because I think your style also pops out when you're studying a little bit, like your, like what do you want to go, like your, how do you say, your lines, you know. So yeah. And another thing could be, this happened a lot to a lot of my friends, and they felt like when you're younger, you make art because you like it, because you want to, because you feel like you want to paint. In university, it's a homework, it's a grade, it's something different, you know, it's a whole project. So it feels like a task, it feels like work, I guess, or like homework. And then you just feel like you don't want to produce because it feels like work. So this happened a lot in my university, like a lot of the girls that studied at the end of university. I'm just saying like stuff that happens in university, in art school, and after art school and stuff. So I just want to share what I lived with my generation, with my friends, with people that I know from that they didn't even study fine arts, and then they are doing fine arts right now, and you know, this whole combination. So yeah, so a lot of my friends, they were so good, you know, painting and creators, you know, they were amazing creators, but at the end of university they didn't want to be an artist, you know. And that was like shocking for me, because I was like, what? Like, you're amazing, like your art is amazing. But yeah, I truly feel like being an artist is not for everybody. I truly believe that you have to have this discipline, and it's like a marathon, you know, like you have to keep going, you have to keep going and stuff. And yeah, so a lot of girls felt like art was truly like work now. I feel like it's also the way that you receive things in life, you know. Another thing that I feel like was really enriching in my professional journey was like art residencies. Those were amazing. I feel like just doing an art residency really gave me a lot from the world, you know, international, making friends, you know, networking. And I'm still in touch with all those people, and it's just amazing because if you're stuck in your hometown or in that city that you studied in, you know, you're gonna be doing the same thing, hanging out with the same friends, you know, doing the same type of art maybe, you know. But if you move around and, I don't know, just like get inspired from other people, from other artists, see how they work, you know, like, yeah. So just remember also to try to get out of your hometown if you can, and of your city, and just like give it a try, a semester or some months, you know. So I wanted to add to this whole video that I met so many muralists and so many artists that did not study fine arts, and now they are doing massive murals and paintings and all these things. Or maybe they studied like engineering or architecture or something, and then they realized they wanted to paint, and they're like self-taught. Like, these artists are like self-taught, and I'm not saying it's wrong. Like, they're amazing artists, like self-taught, amazing artists. But I feel like I met this artist and he was 38 and he started his whole journey like at 34. And I was talking to him and he was like, how old are you? And I was like, oh, 26. And he was like, and you study fine arts? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh wow, like I'm so jealous. Like I wish I studied that career, because like now it's taking me forever to learn so many different things. And I understand, I guess, because he's like trying to learn on his own. Like he can get there, but it's gonna take a while, you know, like it's gonna take some years to like learn on your own. And I'm not saying don't do it, but this is just like information out there, you know, like I just want to share my own experience, my own journey, you know. Of course, there's like a lot of courses online. There's a lot of professional people that give courses and stuff, and you know, maybe even physical courses. And yeah, and I feel like me personally as an artist, I'm still gonna take courses and workshops and, you know, keep growing as an artist and learning new things. But yeah, I truly felt like university was my base, you know, like it was just like my roots, you know, as an artist. So yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe and let me know what do you think about this whole thing of taught or studying fine arts, or you know, other type of careers. Has this happened to you? Are you about to decide? Let me know. I read all the comments, so I'll see you around.